Dougherty Valley. When you hear those two words, you think of three things: APs, SAT, and no social life. Our school is known for our high AP and SAT scores and students who take countless APs. However, I wanted to talk about a side of DV that isn't really noticed and should get recognized: the creative side. I'll be interviewing 3 people who represent the creativity of DV and participate in 3 activities.
Hi there, my name is Nathan Soligan and I am in the 11th grade. I'm 16 years old.
My name is Francine Ofloss. I'm 15 years old and I am currently a sophomore.
Hi, my name is Matt Ofloss. I'm 17 and I'm a junior.
What do you do in terms of creativity?
In my free time, I enjoy making videos as well as running a non-profit business and clothing brand called Project Unity. And originally it started up with a couple friends, and we just want to do something that's inspired people and hopefully making a big impact to the rest of society that maybe needed a change. And with the help of friends and the rest of the team Unity, we were able to execute that, and we released our first drop about a month ago. And right now we're working on new designs that'll hopefully be released throughout summer and leading on to the rest of the school year. In terms of video production, with the help of Charles and Udon, we were able to create some enjoyable videos that we liked making and creating for you guys, and yeah.
In my free time, I like to dance.
I do visual arts in my free time. I'm into filmmaking. I want to be a director when I grow up.
Why do you participate in it?
I started off Unity because at first it just started off with a clothing brand because I'm interested in designing stuff and seeing other people wear it. And at first it wasn't a non-profit organization. I just did it for fun. And then it slowly increased towards little profits, but then I was like, you know what? There's definitely more people who could benefit from this with the money. So I decided, with the rest of Team Unity, we decided that we make this a non-profit organization. Alright, so when it comes to filmmaking and producing Project Unity, I've been working on this for almost 2 years now. It's actually been like a year and a half. I started it back in February 2017, my sophomore year, and there were times where I felt like giving up on it because I thought that it wouldn't go through. I thought maybe there wouldn't be the great amount of support that we were luckily able to get from it. And every night I just kept staring at my notepad. The notepad is what carried on Project Unity, has every sort of information in there. And there were times where I thought of letting it go, but then I thought, about the positive impacts and what we can do for society, and I thought that it was worth grinding. And when it comes to video making, part of it is also just the fun of it, the behind the scenes, where I was able to meet a lot of people, make new friends, and I feel like, when it comes to art, for me, producing clothing, running the non-profit organization and videos, it's just all about the fun. It's not always about working hard. It's also just about getting to meet new people, working through relations, and I feel like Project Unity fully represents what that is. I enjoy filmmaking because I get to see other people's reactions to what we make, and similar to when it comes to Unity and clothing brands as well as videos, seeing other people react to what we have, whether it's wearing it or viewing it, is something that I enjoy. Being able to plan something and putting all that hard work into it and having other people benefit from it is just the full experience.
I started dancing at a very young age. I think I took my first ballet class in a community center when I was probably in kindergarten. And then when I was in 4th grade, I joined a dance studio where I danced competitively there for a few years. And then I got into high school, but it wasn't until high school where my love for dance kind of grew and I started growing a passion for it. And that was mostly because of the community I found here at Dougherty Valley. Just everyone in the dance program and the song team, they're all very supportive, and I met so many amazing people from that, and that was what really allowed me to grow my passion for dance. Well, my mom first signed me up for my first ever dance, and I kind of just continued because I'm not athletic and I couldn't join any sports, so I just danced instead.
Well, I guess professionally filmmaking, I've only been really doing it for a few months now, because I started I just came out with my first short film in February, but really I've been making videos my whole life. ever since I was like in elementary school. Like the earliest memory I have of making a video is in first grade. I used to make like these Club Penguin videos for fun. I have no idea, but like, you know, I've always been into making videos just like, 'cause I thought it was really cool. So I do filmmaking because I feel like artists, like, they're drawn to their specific art because it's like, it's their way of expressing how they feel. And for me, I feel like film is how is the best way that I can express myself. Like, I can't really draw, I can't really like write stories, but I can like make films, and I feel like that's just like the medium that I'm really drawn to, and that's like really the best way that I can express myself. And not only express myself, it's also like the best way that I can impact other people and like make them feel things, and that's why like I'm really drawn to it.
What are your opinions on DV culture in terms of academics?
In terms of DV culture, I think we're really diverse in the sense that, you know, not everyone is, no one person is the same. And like when it comes to academics, everyone's different, and I feel like that plays a big role into what Dougherty Valley actually is, and it's what makes it an enjoyable experience.
Well, I guess I'll start with a disclaimer that DV culture isn't all that bad. A little, I guess. I met like a lot of amazing people here, which is part of the DV culture, so there's that. But I think that it's very easy to sort of get sidetracked and like sucked into all the pressures that is cultivated by the student body, whether it's pressures from your parents or your peers or the pressures you're putting on to yourself. Like, there's so much emphasis on academics, which obviously isn't a bad thing, but it comes to like a certain extent where it's taking over people's lives, and a lot of people I know are like sacrificing other things such as like their mental health or other things that they want to pursue, such as like arts, and they're sacrificing all of that just because of the amount of pressure and like importance that so many students put on academics. And there's like so much like there's like a competitive nature, I guess, that is built and is part of the DV culture, which again just adds more to the pressure. And everyone is so like academically driven. I'm repeating what I'm saying again, I'm sorry. But it comes to the point where like it's hard to distinguish what's genuine about people and what people are doing just to sort of like get ahead in this competition to get into like the highest colleges or whatever. And I feel like that's sort of what DV culture has become, unfortunately.
Well, obviously DV culture, we've built up this reputation of being like really good at academics, and while that is like really good, and it's great that like so many people strive to, you know, meet that standard that's been set, I feel like sometimes it gets in the way of like other passions. Like for me personally, like I was pretty like focused on academics, but I always did have like outside passions like film, and sometimes there's just times where like it gets in the way of each other, and so like because of school I can't do like what I would rather be doing sometimes, you know, making films, and that's just because of, I think like part of it comes from having to balance the two, but I also feel like it has to do with the DV culture and how academics is like really stressed on us, and the importance of academics, and sometimes that importance just overshadows the importance of our creative passions. That's personally like what I feel.
Do you think the school district should fund the arts, and why?
Yeah, I feel like maybe Dougherty should focus more on the art aspects of their school, or our school in a sense. And there are times maybe where we do need more funding, and I feel like when that happens, it could execute and carry on with everyone's dreams when it comes to art.
Yes, I do think that the arts program should be funded more at Dougherty Valley, because for a lot of people, arts, any type of art, visual arts, performing arts, what other arts are there? All the arts are ways for them, is like a creative outlet for them and gives them something other than academics, which is so focused on at Dougherty. It gives them like kind of like an escape from that. So I feel like it plays an important role in so many people that I know and like people all over Dougherty. The art program means a lot to them, so I do think that it should be funded more and focused more.
Yeah, I think that the school district should like increase funds for like creative arts in DV, because there's a lot of people who have very like unique and like special like creative passions, and they might want to like incorporate that into their school life. So they should have the option to do that, and the only way to do that is to increase funding so they have more classes and therefore more options.